contained spare. In the next room there was a sign on a block that said power this. I quickly realized I'd used the trap chest I got earlier to power the block. So I placed the chest and opened it. And sure enough, the trap door opened. So after opening it again, I jumped down to the next room. In this room I instantly spotted the exit, which was only 3 blocks up. So I decided to tower up with my planks. But realized the actual way out was at least 5 blocks up and I only had 2 left. And I would lose my crafting table. So I needed to get some more blocks. I then decided to go back down and turn my logs into planks and try again. But once again, a few blocks short. However, once going down to the original room, the elevated room was super simple to get into. Just build up using one of my blocks. Inside the chest was 6 bones and once again another emerald. After breaking the chest, I headed back down to the main room. I looked around the walls and looked for any hidden buttons and levers, but nothing was obvious. I had to speed up and find a clue though. I only had 5 minutes left. The placement of the blocks in the room was a bit odd, however. A few stone blocks, a deep slate one, and an ice block in the middle. After looking around a bit and scratching my head, trying to think of any ideas, I eventually had a eureka moment. I could melt the ice with the torch I got from the previous rooms. The torches were for lighting up rooms, it said, but instead I could use them to melt the ice. It surprisingly melted quite quickly, but then I was stuck. What can I do with this water? I didn't have any buckets to get it with, and there was no easy way to use the water to get to the next room. Was I stuck here forever? It was then I decided I needed to take a leap of faith. There were 3 stone blocks, but only 1 deep slate one. Why was this? Why didn't they just use all stone? This said to me that the deep slate one wouldn't be useful. After all, what could I do with 1 deep slate ore anyway? So I decided that the only thing I could do was break the slate with my hands. And I wasn't disappointed. After swimming down the water, inside the chest there was a stone pickaxe with 5 durability. I probably broke the chest for another block and headed back up. With these 2 new chests, I was confident I could make it up the tube. So after towering up, I made it to the top with just 1 chain to place. Of course, after I placed this chain, there was no going back if I made any mistakes. After jumping in down to check the next room, something came to me. What were the stone blocks for? I just left them there untouched. I could use the pickaxe to break the stone for extra blocks. So I went back down and broke this, leaving me with just 1 durability, which I could use on the iron block I saw previously in the room while jumping. This got me thinking more. What else in my inventory could I turn into blocks? And then another thing came to me. Why do I have these bones? So I went to the crafting table and had a look to see what I could make with them. And sure enough, I could turn these bones into bone meal, which then I could turn into bone blocks. I now had an extra 2 blocks which I could use to tower with. I towered up to the next room with my new found stone